everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. Oh yeah, guys. So last episode, I thought my horse had died. Well, after I was done recording, I thought it was dead. I looked around and I couldn't find it. I looked in the overworld as I seen it go through the portal by itself many times. I looked in the nether and it was nowhere to be found. So, as it turns out, it was in the nether. Whoa, extreme close up. Okay, F5. There we go. Yeah, it was in the nether here. And generally when I leave my horse, I stick him up here just kind of like on the shelf. So he's got a little something to walk around on. He likes coming up here by himself too. Hey, buddy. But yeah, I like came back and I was going to run over to one of my bases and I was like, wait, where's my horse? It's nowhere to be found. I ran all the way down here. I pretty much ran the entire length of these tunnels and I still couldn't find him. So, just on a whim, I was like, okay, you know what? Where did he go? Where did he go? And then I noticed there was a little opening here. And sure enough, like down in this general area, this is where the horse was. Oh man, I know there's a bug in Minecraft 1.8 where entities randomly disappear. Yeah, I kind of thought that my horse had either died or maybe from doing the pigman farming that one of these guys attacked the horse or yeah, I don't know what, but I was afraid for like an hour. I was looking around for the horse and I didn't know where it was, but yeah, it just appeared again. So yay, our horse isn't dead. That's awesome. So I've been doing some other work off camera here with the gold farm. I haven't completed it, but I was just tweaking what I had already done. One of the problems was the circle wasn't completely done correctly. Like it was a little lopsided on the inside ring. I figured out what was wrong with it and I got that set up. I've moved the fence posts from around on top of the blocks to be outside of the circle so they're not actually on those blocks. And that way, that should allow more spawnable space. They aren't taking up those spawn spaces anymore. I've installed that little thing there on the left-hand side. Apparently, this farm, in order for it to like continually go, you have to have an aggroed zombie pigman near you while the other guys, as they're rushing you, take damage like on a cactus or something. So yeah, I've started to set some things up here. So I got this thing set here so we can capture a pigman, which doesn't look like it's going to be that hard. They're just kind of walking over here. We just need to capture them, put a name tag on them so they don't despawn. And then on this section here, I've put some rails so they don't fall off either side. I know they're like bumping each other. And then, let's see. This is just for me to get back over. But there is a trapdoor here to try and help them walk off the edge to their certain doom. I have put a cactus right here, and right next to the cactus is string. And on... Did that pigman just walk off the edge? Okay. And on top of that string is these wool carpets. That's what they are. Or I guess just carpeting. These are those carpets we made early on in the series for the farms to put on top of the water and stuff. So yeah, I had some of those extra laying around. So you can put string next to cactus. I think that's one of the few things you can put next to it without the cactus popping off. Then we do got fence posts running along here. I tried just doing fence posts and then the pigmen would get caught. They wouldn't go down that hole. So then I put these slabs on top of the fence posts and then that directs them properly down here. So the fence post is probably not even necessary, although it might keep the baby pigman in, but we saw that one just kind of walk off the edge on his own. So maybe not. I don't know. We might get rid of these fence posts altogether at some point, but I thought it'd just be kind of nice to have the fence posts all the way around. Another problem was they were kind of bunching up over here, so I had to put these slabs all the way down and they kind of wrap them around a little bit, and that kind of prevented these pigmen from bunching up and not being able to get through here. But yeah, I think we're kind of at a point now where we're pretty much set. The last thing we need to do, like I said, is get a pigman over here, trap him, and then we need to name tag him, and that'll be our aggro pigman. So let's see if we can do that right now. Yeah, I think I also need to adjust the roof. I had this set up before, so the roof was directly over this platform, but like I said, the circle I made wasn't quite correct, So now the roof overlaps in some places, and I think it might be not over some other places. But yeah, it looks like this might work. We can just move you. Hey, how's it going? We just need you to walk this way a little bit. Yep, keep on going. So that pigman right there is taking damage, but nobody else is aggro, so it doesn't really matter. Alright, nice. So we got the pigman in here. That wasn't too difficult. Don't try and run away. Don't try and run away. Okay. Now everybody's coming down here. Hey, we got a whole bunch of people. Alright, so we got a pigman here. These are upside down slabs. I can't put torches on there, so nothing will spawn. As far as these guys go, you guys just need to buzz off a little bit. Alright, so we can open that up, and now our pigman's going to be here for forever. So I did make a name tag, and I couldn't think of a name, so a name that Slipgator always uses is Kevin, so I thought we'd name our pigman Kevin. There we go. So now we got a named pigman. We just need to go ahead and get rid of this stuff, because we don't want any of these other guys coming out here. I'm hoping I don't end up picking a pigman, because that would just be terrible and end in my death. Alright, now we need to put the fence post. Perfect. Okay, so another thing, now that we have a named pigman, we can't really be shooting him with arrows because the pigman will eventually die. I think we can use splash potions of harming to heal the pigman since he's undead. But what we really need to do, and what's recommended, is using snowballs. I believe we can also use chicken eggs. Those should have the same effect. The only problem is we'll get baby chickens, which shouldn't be a problem because we are getting chicken jockeys around here. So we're going to end up with a bunch of chickens anyway. I don't know. I can just punch him and this thing should start. Let's go ahead and remove that. Yeah, I think we're almost about ready to do a test. I think what I want to do, though, I don't want to punch him. I don't want to do any damage to this pigman. I want him to always be there because it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to get a new one there. We have to build a bridge and then pillar out and all of that stuff. Yeah, I think I want to go back to the overworld. I'm going to grab some chicken eggs since I don't have any snowmen, or any way to get renewable snow. Oh, also, this is what we've collected so far just from me playing around with it and the pigman dropping 22 gold ingots. It's not bad. The rotten flesh, I think, I could be wrong, but don't villagers still trade for this? Or maybe they removed that trade a long time ago. I don't know. I've just been kind of holding on to it anyway. So yeah, let's go back to the overworld. I know I have about 3 stacks of chicken eggs. We can always set up a chicken farm to get more eggs for free too. That's actually something we probably should do, but if I do that, it'll be over at our jungle base for actual food. Hey, there's an egg right there. Perfect. All right, so again, I haven't tried this farm. It's pretty much set up right now, so it's just going to keep going and going and going. Zombie pigmen now de-aggro after like 4 to 7 minutes. I can't remember exactly what it is, but yeah, let's go ahead and take a stack. So the farm won't run for forever. You do have to continually, you know, poke the enderman, or not enderman, zombie pigmen, and make him aggro you again. Whoa, hey. Okay. Yeah, so they say that it's an automatic farm that it'll run for forever. It's AFK-able. But if pigmen de-aggro, I don't know how that would run for forever. I don't think it will. So that's something else we're going to have to try and figure out. Alright guys, well here we are. We got a whole bunch of pigmen spawned. We have some chicken eggs. Let's go ahead and try and throw one at our guy over here, see if this actually will work, and see if pigmen continually spawn and rush us. Hopefully everything's set up correctly. Yeah, I don't think they can get at me. Alright, let's give it a try. See what happens. Oh, and we got a chicken. Wait, no, Kevin! Dang it! Okay, guys. So I got another pigman here. Yeah, it's not the funnest thing in the world to do. We have Kevin 2, who's now taken the place of Kevin. I think we're set. I think everything is ready to go. So let's go ahead and throw a chicken egg at Kevin and see what happens. Hopefully this thing's going to just continue to work. Maybe. We'll find out. I might have done something wrong. Oh no, I think it's right. Let me stand right here. Yep, okay, so all the pigmen are continually aggroing me. That's what we want. We want new pigmen to become aggressive. Those guys over there spawned and they're not aggressive. Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. We do have some guys coming, but maybe this guy is just too close. He's not close enough to everybody else. Okay, there's some more tweaks to do here, I think. Alright guys, so we're going to try test number 2. I've actually just put some safety rails up around this platform just to make me feel safer. We had Kevin number 2 sitting right here, so I've moved him over here. I just kind of built this little structure around him, and I pushed him over. Like I said, pigmen de-aggro after a certain amount of time, so this guy's no longer hostile. We're best buddies again. He forgave me for throwing that chicken egg at him. So what we can do now is throw another chicken egg at him. He should be closer to all the other pigmen that are around, and hopefully that's all it's going to take to get this going again. If nothing else, I think I saw that the other farms that people have done, this outside ring is actually like 16 blocks in diameter or something like that, so it might just be that all the pigmen are too far apart for this to work properly. I don't know. But let's go and do this once again. Throw another egg. Let me make sure everything's set up. Yeah, everything should be fine. Okay, let's throw another egg at Kevin. Okay, so hopefully this is going to work this time. And all the pigmen will continue to aggro. Yeah, we're just looking for newly spawned guys aggroing. I'm not even seeing any newly spawned ones. Hopefully we will get some. Yeah, there's some over there that are not aggressive. Wait, nope. They have become aggressive. Okay, but these guys over here are not. Yeah, obviously I haven't set this up entirely correctly, but it works kind of, which is kind of cool. I can go down there and collect experience, which is awesome. It seems like these guys don't like walking over that cactus as well. It's like that carpet, they kind of stop on it or stop before it. That might be another thing we're going to have to fix. I might move that cactus, so instead of it being level with the ground, we'll just move it up 1 block. And we might have to move these handrails up a little bit too, so they don't, jump on the cactus and jump out. But yeah, I think that might be something else we try. I don't know if that's entirely what's causing a problem here. Let's do another egg. And now everybody just doesn't even care. Wait, no, there's some that are aggressive. So what's going to happen when these guys walk on the cactus? Anything? Nope, not a whole lot. Okay, well, back to the drawing board. Okay, guys, so here's another test. I went ahead and I moved the cactus so it's up 1 block. I moved the handrails up a little bit higher so when the pigmen are on the cactus, they won't walk over here and then walk over to me. They shouldn't be able to get anywhere but just directly over the cactus and back on this pathway. So I think we're ready to try this again. Let's go ahead and throw an egg at Mr. Kevin 2. Okay, so they're moving down this path a lot quicker now. They're not stopping on those carpeting. Looks like everybody's aggroed. That must be... Oh, no, these guys just aggroed too, so that's good. So why are those guys not aggroed? I don't know. Well, how did you get up there? That's a problem. Okay, more people are aggroed. We got a zombie over there. Interesting. Okay, we got new pigmen over here that are not aggroing. Maybe the problem is I just need more spawn pads and have more pigmen around everywhere. Yeah, I really don't know. I know the original design for this had like 3 spawning floors. I didn't think we were gonna need that many, but it looks like we might actually. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do to fix this. I know for one thing, I do want to get a drop tube, so these guys aren't falling all the way down to bedrock. That their drops and their experience will collect in like a certain spot. So that's something else I'm gonna have to look at. Looks like we got 2 zombies. And what happened to Kevin again? Did he fall? Okay, that was weird. I wasn't even paying attention to what happened to him, but he's not here anymore. Huh. Yeah, that was really weird. I went back and I looked at the footage, and I threw the egg at the pigman. I looked away at all the ones coming down the line. I looked back, and the pigman was gone. I don't know how he disappeared, but I've tried to correct that situation so this won't happen again. He's now sitting on a 3x3 solid blocks of stone brick. I now have stone brick around a second layer, so there's 8 stone brick in a circle, and then we have stone brick slabs on top of that, so he can't jump out. So, yeah, if he still vanishes, I have no idea what's going on. But we will now call you Kevin 3. Okay, so now that that's done, I think that's why the pigmen stopped aggroing. I don't know, but it seems to me like that would be why. If our Kevin is gone, the other ones won't know what to do. They'll just see other pigmen being stupid and walk out of cactus. So here we go. Here's one more test. Hopefully this is going to work. Let me double check and make sure everything should be fine. Okay, and egg. I'm just going to look at you. Okay, so you're not going anywhere. You're not disappearing. Okay, so now we got a whole bunch of pigmen coming. That guy back there isn't aggroing for some reason. Okay, so these guys haven't... Oh, these guys just aggroed, I think. Are these guys gonna start aggroing? I don't know yet. Okay, we got more people coming. We got a zombie villager over here. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like these guys are really aggroing. And our Kevin is still here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to rethink what I've done here. There's obviously something I've done incorrectly. And it wasn't the fact that our zombie was gone. Unless he's just de-aggroed. I don't know. Let's try throwing one more egg at him. Everybody else just doesn't care. So this seems to be working now. Like, I'm seeing pigmen spawn in and then become aggressive and run towards me. I haven't really done anything. I did move Kevin a little bit further that way. My game's starting to lag right now. I'm thinking that there's probably a lot of entities down below. Yeah, it looks like we're at 840. A lot of experience orbs and things like that. I probably better just go down and collect all that stuff. But yeah, I didn't really do anything except for move Kevin just a little bit closer, and I'm not standing in the same exact place I was before. Oh man. Hopefully there's not a lot of zombies down here. Oh, we got a chicken jockey. And yeah, I'm gonna have to kill these guys. Oh goodness. Let's get rid of the little baby zombie. Yeah, all these experience orbs down here are definitely killing my game. I'm at like 15 frames per second right now. Why am I so low? 800. I don't know. There's something up. Let me go ahead and collect all this stuff and we will check it out some more. Alright guys, so I made a little platform down about, 24 blocks from where they're dropping. It's killing them 99% of the times. There are some pigmen that don't end up dying. Well, obviously the chicken jockeys won't. But yeah, every once in a while we'll get one of these guys who just survives. I'm gonna have to lower this platform down probably another block or two, but that's fine. We're just doing this for a test. Now, again, I haven't really changed anything since the last clip. The only thing I did was I add this drop tube, and then I just came down here. And as you can see, there are pigmen that are just kind of going over there and want to come along this way. It seems like they're bottlenecking over here. Get out here, zombie. Yeah, look, we got a pigman zombie right here who did not die. It seems like they're bottlenecking right over here. I might end up making this instead of 1 wide, make it 3 wide. I'm not sure how we're going to handle this drop tube. That's something else we're going to have to figure out. But yeah, if they're bottlenecking, that means that they are aggro for longer. They're not dying as quickly, and the whole thing is slowed down. So yeah, there's still some more tweaks to this, but I'm pretty happy with where it's at right now. I'm already at level 78. And yeah, I'm really not having to do anything. It's literally AFK at this point. The only other thing is we need to get a way to start collecting those drops. And since I've never worked with item filters and item collection, item sorting and all that stuff, yeah, that's something new to me, and I'm going to have to experiment with that a little bit. Get out of here. But yeah, we can easily just walk up to this glass and pick up the stuff. I haven't had one of these pigmen attack me through the glass, although I'm pretty sure they can. So yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to stay in the corner. But yeah, this is just going like non-stop. I'm not having to do anything. Yeah, this is really, really good. I like this. Yep, got another pigman. Yep, they can hit you through the glass. Alright, so there's a bunch of zombie pigmen in the overworld. Now there's a bunch right here. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Need to go up here and try to get my stuff, though. Oh, man. I had, like, what, 80, 90 levels? I wasn't even paying attention anymore. So where's my stuff? Ah, here it is. Okay. Yeah, and that's all the garbage I've been throwing off the edge. Yeah, I definitely need to put some safety rails up. Alright guys, so I've done some things around here. I'm probably going to end up getting rid of this little walkway over to Kevin number 3. But yeah, I've added a... How do you say it? I added a storage system. So all the drops from these zombie pigmen that are coming down in this tube, they land on top of a hopper experience. Yeah, they land right on top of here. So there's the fall tube. They should die when they get here. The baby pigmen, the chicken jockeys don't die. Every once in a while we'll have a regular zombie that doesn't die. But yeah, down here, this is kind of how it's working. So we got a hopper underneath, the hopper up above, and then this one feeds into this row of hoppers. Let me put a torch. There we go. A little bit easier to see. So this hopper feeds into this string of hoppers. As soon as an item enters this very first hopper, it goes into this one. And when this one's full, it'll just continue on over into this one. Since this one's empty, it'll go down, and then it'll... Whoop, whoop. Okay, I thought my game just froze there. I guess I just ran into this guy. But anyway, it'll fill up this chest first full of all the random stuff. And then it'll go to this one, and then this one, and this one, and so on and so forth. I haven't set up any kind of item filtering. I do want to get rid of all these swords. I don't care about them. I don't care about the rotten flesh. I don't think that's a trade anymore. I thought about that for a little while. The one thing, or I guess the things I do care about is the gold nuggets and the gold ingots. Yeah, golden boots aren't something that I need. Feather Falling Floor is pretty good though. Yeah, we got some decent swords, some more gold ingots. In fact, at this point, what I want to do is start taking all of the gold ingots and nuggets that we have. Did this, did this start feeding items in there? Oh, it's doing all the rotten flesh. Yeah, I need to get rid of all these swords. But what I want to do is take all the gold that we have collected so far and just kind of pool it together and see how much we've collected just from building this farm. I imagine it's got to be a decent amount. I think I left some gold bars up there, didn't I? I probably did. Yeah, anyway, let's go ahead and get all these gold nuggets. We will convert these into gold ingots, and we will check out our totals. Alright guys, so we collected quite a lot of gold. You guys have any guesses on how much it actually was? No? Okay, so we got this many. 5, almost 6 stacks worth of gold ingots from that pigman farming. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I set up a couple chickens over here. Actually, there's 3 of them in here. Set up 3 chickens in a little egg farm. We gotta wait for them to grow up. And I believe these guys only do things when we're in the overworld. So yeah, when we're in the nether, they're just gonna be little chicks. So yeah, we gotta stay in the overworld for them to grow up and stuff. But yeah, it's very simple. They grow up, they lay an egg onto the hopper puts it into the chest, and there you go, egg farm. Awesome. So now that we got so many levels, I actually did a little bit more farming off camera there. We're up to level 70. I want to get some better equipment here. I want to get some better picks. So right now we have, you know, one workhorse pick that's almost, well, it's pretty much broken. We have to repair it. We only have one other one, and they're both efficiency 4. We have a Silk Touch pick. Let's see, we have a regular pick, and then we have our Lucky pick and our Silk Touch pick. So we got a few picks, but yeah, I definitely want to do a bit more enchanting. I mean, we have all of the levels now. It's not really a worry. Oh, you know what? I do this every time. I need to remember to bring lapis with me. Yep, just bring a block of lapis. So yeah, I'm bringing a stack of diamonds. I got plenty of wood on me to make handles and things. I think what I want to do is just make a whole bunch of picks. I might even make another axe. I think the one we have right now is just about broken. And what about the sword? We have looting 3, sharpness 4, and breaking 3. Yeah, the sword's pretty good too. I think we're fine on that. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and enchant a whole bunch of picks. Oh, you know what? I never showed you guys this either. I did extend the branch mine, and I started over 2 levels down from, instead of Y12, Y10 here. I've been doing, well, I did 2 different poke hole mines all the way down there. Yeah, trying to get some more diamonds. I found a little bit, nothing really significant. But yeah, let's go ahead, head over here, do a few enchantments, and see what we can get. Alright, so as it turns out, that was exactly 40 blocks worth of gold. Then we had those extra 4 nuggets on us. So first enchant, Unbreaking 3. Let's do it. And Unbreaking 3, Fortune 3. Not bad. Alright, let's do another one. And Fortune 2. I kind of feel like we don't want to do that. Let's go ahead and grab some junk items over here to enchant at level 1. What do we got here? Infinity 1? I don't have infinity, do I? You know what? We're going to do that, and I'm going to repair... Hold on a second. Let's get a better boat to repair with. This one is pretty much full durability. We take this and this. Okay. We take that and that. I'm going to take Infinity 1. Power 3 and Breaking 3, that's not bad. Now, if we take that with this, that costs 21 levels. The other way costs 23. Let's just call this Infinity Bow. Okay, so that's awesome. Power 4, Infinity 1, and Breaking 3. Punch 1, Flame 1. That bow's got, like, all the things on it. Alright, awesome. So that used a bit of our levels, but that's fine. We can still do a few more here. Efficiency 4, let's do it. Yeah, Fortune 3, Efficiency 4. Beginning a lot of Fortune 3s, huh? Let's do another one. Breaking 3. Okay, so just Unbreaking 3, that's fine. We can combine that with one of these. I guess with this one that doesn't have Unbreaking on it. Let's see. Yeah, I think we should make... How many more do we got here? I think we can do 2 more. Let's do 2 more diamond picks and just use these levels up. Alright, so diamond pick, Silk Touch, Unbreaking 3, not bad, and another one. Efficiency 4, Silk Touch. Oh, wow. So 2 Silk Touch, 2 Fortune 3s. That is awesome. Alright, guys. Oh, actually, you know what? We can still do a level 30 enchant. Let's do it. Before we end the episode, one more. Alright, so what are we going to get here? Breaking 3, and it's just Unbreaking 3. Alright, guys. That's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to leave a like on this episode if you liked it, and we'll see you next time.